because those kids are the ones scoring way, way, way up there. If you look at the demographics for the other ethnic groups in our district, that explains why our district is in program improvement. The entire district has been for several years.
Thank you, Kathy. It's been 2 minutes. I want to
Has it?
Yes.
Okay. And I also want to say the dropout rate, it's low because the kids at the high schools are shunted over to the continuation school and they're given a test when they get out.
All right. We have time for one more question, please.
I just wanted to say a couple things about what the gentleman said about the Latino community not being invited tonight. It is my understanding that at the last school board meeting, it was announced that the PTA would be inviting all the parents, and I never received an invitation from the PTA. And I think that there's a lot more parents and teachers that should be involved in this conversation, and I'd like to have another meeting and have that announced more widely. The other thing is, Dr. Barstad talked about the curriculum, and I have concerns about it being trademarked and how much can it be modified by our district to suit our students and make it as good as what we have now. I think we need changes. I'm just not sure these are the changes we need. And I wonder, as a parent, and probably some other parents want to know too, can we opt out of it individually? At least, can we opt out of privacy issues? Can we opt out of curriculum issues? Thanks.
Good questions. Dr. Barstad, can you answer those?
Yeah, I saw for the first time tonight the opt-out forms. Thank you for making our life simpler in the school district with those. I don't have a great answer for that. I mean, I see some of my teachers out here in the audience, and so do I ask of my teachers, okay, you've got, you should be happy, by the way, to be in the only school district in Ventura County that still has 22-to-1 K-3. So do I ask my teachers, okay, you've got 21 kids that are going to be in the regular curriculum, but I want you to have one kid that's not going to be in Common Core. Or you're going to have 18 kids in Common Core and 4 not in Common Core. I don't know how we manage that, to tell you the truth. I haven't got a clue. That's the first question. The second question,
please.
Second question would be opting out of the data. I hope we live, you know, I know I've been accused of being naive because I don't buy into some of the theories that are being spoken of tonight, but I hope I don't live in a country where we're going to have sensitive personal information about kids collected at school and sent to the federal government that doesn't...
Please let him finish. We're almost...
I hope I don't live in a country that has that where we can't at least opt out.
Please.
I have a concern about that just like you do. I want a lot more information about that, and I'd be glad to talk to this community about it in the future once we have that information.
Okay, well, I want to thank you all for taking part in the question and answer session. We are now going to turn over to the final comments, which will be made by Dr. Barstad and Tony Dolz. And I believe the agreement was to have Dr. Barstad, you speak first. Is that correct?
You said at least 2 more,
okay.
So I would like to read really quick. I have something very quick I'd like to say.
We're at 8 o'clock, ma'am. I'm really sorry. I wanted everyone to be up here.
Excuse me, but you have been talking. They have been talking the whole time, and you lost half your line of questions. So I have something I'd like to say.
All right, one more statement, please.
Thank you. This is from a YouTube video, actually, that cites a book called Voices, Grade 1 Literature and Writing. I'm concerned about a little bit of the verbiage used in the lesson plan. The video is called Indoctrination in Common Core ELA Tests. In the book, they call for the children to be advocates, 6-year-olds, of social problems that they care deeply about. This is in a first grade book. Tell the students that when they write a call to action, they need to include emotional words to get the reader to feel so strongly that they want to do what's being asked of them. In this exercise, they ask the children to try to appeal to their parents using emotional words that would make their parents angry enough to buy them a swing set for the school. Okay, in the exercise, they ask the children to choose the word that is correct. My mom asks or nags me to clean my room. The proper answer is nags. How to use words to make parents feel how important it is that they help us get equipment for school. They ask the teacher to write this sentence on the board. The children have nothing to do during recess. And the children are asked how they think the parents would feel. Do they think that these words would make the parents feel upset or angry enough to buy the swing set? So my question is, why are they teaching the children this? What does this have to do with the standards? And why are the parents being used as the subjects of their tests?
Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna move on to the final comments of the evening. Dr. Barstad, please, if you, 2 minutes.
I want to start by saying that one of the challenges that all of us will have in the future in the education and the development of our kids is that just about anything that anybody wants to put on YouTube, they can put on YouTube. Just about anything anybody wants to put in a wiki,
Please.
They can put in a wiki.
Please. Please.
Hey, you've got to give some respect.
Yes, please.
I know that you have strong views, and that's right.
All right.
He's got to. All I'm saying is you got to let him finish, and please don't interrupt him. And
Thank you.
it's just.
Thank you, Dr. Evers.
I know. I can completely understand that people have strong views on this, but we got to let him finish.
The thing that the challenge that we'll have with kids is for them to evaluate that information for themselves, and that it's the same thing that you folks have to do.
Please.
Hey.
Please,
Hey.
we'll just finish it up. If anyone, just let the two speakers, we have
speak.
final comments, let them speak, and we'll be done here. Thank you.
I'm going to say something a little different, and that is that if I ever had the privilege of speaking with some of you one-on-one, you might be surprised with the number of things that I agree with some of your concerns about state and national policy, but that's not why I'm hired to be the local school district superintendent. The other thing, but there's something that I would not agree with many of you about, and that is that the way we conduct ourselves in terms of our disagreements, that we should, a healthy American democracy has disagreements, but I do think we should express them in ways that are more productive than shouting at speakers, whether it's me shouting at you or you shouting at me. And I can tell you that that's something that we try to teach your kids every day. We couldn't have classroom discussions with that kind of behavior taking place. I'm not trying to shush you. You're adults and I'm an adult. I'm just telling you that if you and I had the opportunity to speak one-on-one, you might be surprised about the number of things we agree upon. But I would never support a free exchange of ideas in a democracy where people can't do it with some dignity and with some restraint. Having said that, actually I'm a Republican, but I'm not supposed to tell you that. For the last 25 years. Let's get back to local. This school district, this school board, our teachers, I think are doing a bang-up job with your kids. Your kids are wonderful. They're bright, they're inquisitive. I get the pleasure every year of shaking hundreds and hundreds of hands at graduation this time of year. By the way, that graduation rate, we have about 1,800 kids graduating from our comprehensive high schools this week, and we have less than 200 graduating from the continuation high schools. Be that as it may, we don't want to do anything in this community to dumb down our curriculum. We don't want to do anything to hurt the opportunities of our kids. You've given us lots of good things to think about tonight, and I can promise you that we'll continue to investigate them. I'm going to be looking at these things with my teachers. I trust my teachers. My teachers just don't have opinions about kids. They live with kids 7 hours a day, 180 days a year. And so, how many of you guys have had that birthday party for the 11-year-old with 20 friends come over? It's the longest 2 hours of your life. Our teachers are in the classroom with those kids every day, 180 days a year, 7 hours a day. And I really do trust their judgment. I would ask you to trust ours just a bit more at the local level. But it's right that you ask questions, and it's right that we do investigations. And I thank you for being here this evening, and we're going to try to continue to make this the best school district in California.
Thank you. Tony, you'll have the final words.
My name is Tony Dolz. I am the founder of Concerned Parents of Conejo Valley. I'm one of you. I don't have all the answers, but I do have 2 children in the public schools. And like you, I have questions. In November, I ran for school board. Thereafter, many of you put me on your speed dial for anything related to education. The number 1 issue that you ask about is Common Core. Well, here we are. You have heard the experts, and now it is up to us parents to decide. I would like to thank our speakers, and also to thank Superintendent Barstad, and the school board, and the principals, and the teachers that have made our Conejo Valley schools the best in the state and the nation. Ironically, the school district is now under obligation to abandon California written standards that, as Dr. Barstad have said, have given us outstanding outcomes and trade them for nationalized standards that are untested and frankly extreme. Why? Experts have testified that Common Core includes provisions for collecting biometric and personally identifiable data on students K-12. Our attorneys, the U.S. Justice Foundation, have prepared an opt-out form for your protection. I will give a copy of the opt-out form to Superintendent Barstad. You may check the form at the school district's website, and for sure, you'll be able to download it at our website, www.dolz.com. I also have many of them available here, so you can come after the talk, and I'll give them to you. How many of you would like an update on what happens after the return to school in the fall? That's what I thought. I'm asking Dr. Barstad, on your behalf, to join us for an update forum in October, after we have classroom experience with the new standards. What do you think? Fair. Now, in closing, there was a comment made by Dr. Barstad, and I well understand it. He tells us what is his role, what he's paid to do. Now, some of the thorny issues that you're concerned about, he's not hired to deal with. So we are going to make that easy for him, because as our founders did, we have to put limitations on our public servants. And for that reason, I'm not telling you what to do. You have to decide. I'm one of you. I have to deal with the same question. But an opt-out form creates boundaries. And in this particular one, there are 4 choices you can make, beginning with opting out of biometric data collection and personally identifiable data collection. There are 2 other items there dealing with curriculum and testing. Those are a little bit tougher. You have to make up your own minds. I'm just saying this is an option here, and our attorneys at the U.S. Justice Foundation have committed to defend any family in court pro bono if they use the form that they have created. Now, I'm amazed.
Tony, are you finishing up here?
I am.
Yeah.
You are the best parents and the best teachers because you are concerned parents and you're here. And I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. With that, we're going to close the forum. Thank you all for being here. Get home safely.